Well, hello everyone. My name is Dennis, and I definitely love a good lasagna. So today I'm here to help you explain how Hisense cooking appliances can help you make the best lasagna you've ever had, or better, the best lasagna you've ever made. Right now we're making the sauce, and to make the sauce, of course, we need pots and pans, we need skillets, but at the same time we need a very nice cooktop. And we've got one of those. It's a very nice cooktop that allows for cooking on a large surface, on the entire half of the cooktop, which means you can use a large pot to boil water, you can use a large pot to make your sauce. It allows for a very, very even temperature across the entire surface, and also there's no cold spot, so you can make your sauce the best that you can. Second, once the lasagna, of course, is layered, you need an oven. We've got a solution for that as well. There's an oven called Combi Steam, and that oven is very, very nice. It's got a unique interior, slightly rounded on the top, which allows for an even flow of air around your lasagna, which allows for a perfect bake, which is exactly how lasagna should definitely be like. And then once we're done, of course, we need to wash the dishes, but at Hisense, you don't have to do it by hand. We've got an amazing dishwasher that allows for washing of pans, pots, cutlery, plates, whatever you want, and you can do it very, very fast. There's even a fast 15-minute program in it. So, you know what? Let's get cracking. So we've got our ground beef, onions, garlic, oregano, salt, pepper. Making meat sauce is not really rocket science. The only thing you have to worry about is making sure that the temperature is right. It lets you cook on 18 different power settings. It goes all the way from 0.5 through 1, 1.5, 2 in 0.5 increments all the way up to 9. And even when it comes up to 9, you can give it an extra boost of power with a function called rapid boil. The rapid boil function allows for 1 liter of water, which is about 1/4 of a gallon, to boil in well under 3 minutes, which is extremely, extremely fast. This hob also allows for safely cooking with large pots. Why? Because it's got a function called flexible zones. It joins 2 adjacent zones into a single cooking surface. So when you put a big pot on it, you can just use 1 control and use 2 inductors. And there's virtually 0 cold spots underneath. Why? Because we're not using round inductors, but octagonal ones. So you're effectively using a half of the cooking surface as a single heating element. And if you're more in the mood for steak, we've got an option called Smart Cooking. The Smart Grill function will always give you the perfect steak. It's always going to set the right temperature depending on you want your steak well done, medium, or rare. It's a combination of these preset temperatures and various sensors inside of the hob that allows for these smart cooking functions. And they also adapt to different types of cooking. Apart from Smart Grill, there's also the Smart Boil function when you're cooking, let's say, soup or pasta with large pots with a lot of liquid inside of them. The Smart Boil function will always keep the temperature at the boiling level, but the water or the liquid will never go over. You can also use the Smart Simmer function. The Smart Simmer function keeps the temperature right below the boiling point, which is perfect when you're making stews that take a lot of time to cook. And you know what else makes this hob very, very special? It's got a smart pot detecting technology inside of it. So you put a pot on, it's automatically going to detect which inductor it's going to have to use, automatically recognize the controls. All you do is you set the level or you set the program, and you're done. And one of the features that is also very interesting is probably one of the simpler ones. Imagine when you're cooking a big meal and you're using 3 different zones on this hob. Let's say that you're making pasta on one, and you're making a sauce on one, and you're just boiling some water on the third one. When you insert different settings, let's say you insert a timer, some smart programs, when the program needs to be deleted, you would have to delete every single setting for every single hob. You don't have to do that anymore. Over here, there's a smart delete function. With just 1 click of a button for that specific zone, all the settings get deleted, which is pretty smart. So the meat sauce is done. We've got it in here. We've got the cheese. We've got the tomatoes. Now it's just time to layer the lasagna. We got to season it a little bit, and then it's ready to hit the oven. And we've got an amazing oven to cook our lasagna in. Let's check it out. And we've got you covered with the Chef Pro Combi Steam Oven. That's a wall oven and a steam oven inside of the same unit. So what you can do is you can cook with heat, you can cook with steam, or a combination of those two to get the perfect cooking results. With 100% pure steam that envelops your food inside of the cavity, you can cook perfect vegetables. Not only do they retain the color and the flavor, they also retain all the vitamins and minerals, which makes for a really healthy meal. The oven actually has one of the largest water containers in the market. 1.3 liters of water is enough for 80 minutes of steaming without any water residue. So how does the system work? A special pump pumps the water from the water container to the steam generator. The steam generator heats the water to 100 degrees and creates steam. After that, a special cyclone system takes out any potential water droplets and returns them back into the system, so only pure steam is injected into the cavity. Why is that important? There's no water residue inside of it, which means that the food actually gets processed inside of pure steam. At the end of the program, any excess water is pumped back through the system into the container, and there's also no residue on the bottom because there's a special bottom heater there that takes care of that. And if you're worried about lime scale, don't be worried about it. The oven will automatically let you know when it's time to descale, and there's an automatic program that does everything for you. Now, enough about the technology. Steam is very good for other uses as well. It's very good for proofing dough, for instance. It's going to save a lot of time there. Second, it makes perfect bread. It's fluffy on the inside and also very crunchy on the outside, and it's very useful also for defrosting food. It's very even, which means that there's no hot spots inside of your food. And if you're really adventurous, this oven actually does sous vide. That's the technique where you take food, put it inside of a vacuum bag with seasoning, and then you submerge it into a water or a steam bath at a specific temperature. This oven allows for setting up to 1 degree accurate, which means that you can set, if you're doing steak, for instance, you set the temperature at 54 degrees if you want it medium rare. If you're doing salmon, the perfect temperature would be 50 degrees, and the food is going to get cooked to that specific temperature. The end result is going to be restaurant quality, perfect, succulent food. Another great feature of this oven is even bake. The cavity of the oven is actually slightly rounded on top, which allows for a more even flow of air around your food, which results in a perfectly baked and evenly baked food that is done inside of it. You can also cook on 5 different levels, which means that you can perfectly adapt your food to be perfectly crunchy, tasty, and well cooked. Also, soft closing doors. If you don't care too much about baking or cooking, there's a whole bunch of automatic programs inside of this oven. So if you don't want to fuss around with settings, temperatures, and so on, you can simply select an automatic program. So for us, it would be lasagna. You select the weight, click on it, and that's it. The oven does the rest. But if cooking is your happy place, this oven is going to be great for you as well. It allows for multi-phase cooking. This means that you can set up 3 different programs within a single cooking session. So let's say that for the first program, you would select a specific temperature, a specific setting of a ventilator plus grill, and you would set a timing for it. You can do it for the second and the third one as well. So let me give you an example. If you're doing lasagna, you want the lasagna to cook at 170 degrees for 45 minutes. But in the end, you want the grill to grill the cheese. You put the settings inside of the oven, click a button, and forget about it. All you wait is for the sound that your food is ready, and you're done. But before we move to the next segment, just be cautious so you don't fall in love with Hisense appliances because they just keep on giving. And now for the part after dinner that everybody loves, washing and drying the dishes. Luckily at Hisense, we've got a solution for that. We've got an amazing dishwasher that you can use to wash your dishes. And not only does it wash your dishes, it actually does an amazing job of drying them as well. So let's check it out. Simply put them in the Hisense built-in dishwasher. It's got room for 16 place settings. That is well over 240 individual pieces like spoons, forks, knives, plates, pots, and pans. Its flexible and height-adjustable baskets enable easy loading even of the biggest pots and pans. The inside was well thought of, and it's extremely adaptable and adjustable depending on your need, depending on how many people you had over, depending on what you had and what you want to clean afterwards. It's got 3 levels of adjustment on the top basket. And it's got an innovative system of folding the plate supports on the bottom basket, which allows for positioning and washing of very, very large pots. There's also a special tray on the top, which is dedicated to cutlery in order to provide the best washing and drying result. So 20 minutes before the washing program is over, the door pops open automatically, which allows the excess steam to go out and allows the drying of your dishes, even the plastic ones, so they are immediately ready to be stowed in the cupboard. We call this function the auto dry, and it's definitely worth having. Now, if you're only cooking for yourself, you just simply don't like to share your lasagna, then you recommend using the fast cleaning program, which takes just 15 minutes and is suitable for half-loaded dishwashers. You can even take a power nap while doing it. Why? Because it runs very, very silently using an inverter motor.
Stop when the clock hits 13. You've been working, but you're flirting with the weekend. You can freak out. 1 in a million. You're a gem, shine when the light grows dim. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. We got the right stuff. We put the hammer right down. Wanna be like us?
So all these appliances and much more are all made in Europe. So you've got European quality, European design, they're reliable, smart, good looking, and above all, very easy to use.